I will go with this one and I will try to work slowly just to show it to you how it's done. But because I don't want this video to be an hour long, I would just start you off and show you how first you can do the 3x3 one, kind of clean it up, and then maybe make something more nice by just combining them. So let's say that we have all of these here. We can, of course, say that we don't like them, so we can kind of change them. Maybe we can make them a bit bigger, just so we can show that you can make these things your own. You don't need to follow exactly what I'm saying. You can always diverge. It's more interesting anyway that way. So something like this, then let's do even more here. Let's make it bigger. Like this. This also doesn't. Of course, this is gonna give us a bit chunkier tiles, but that's okay. Maybe you want that effect. I think it's gonna be a really cool one. I think something here and maybe remove these ones. Yeah, that looks quite okay, I would say. And then, as we talked about, the next step is to try to make it your own. Try to make it maybe a bit, maybe have some darker parts. Let's see. So here we can have some darker parts. We think again, I would say that maybe the light is coming from above to a bit of to the left of us. So let's try to focus on that one. Do something like this. A bit here. Maybe here we would want to do a bit bigger. A bit more. Of course, something like this. Maybe let's do another one smaller here. Another one smaller here. You never know. You can kind of see that it's starting to shape up. Then we can actually, maybe we can just leave it like that for now, because why not? I mean, or maybe just let's just make a bit of highlights. I just like to make highlights. I think it's always a fun thing to do. I'll take this one and just a bit here. Bit of highlights, you can kind of see. Let's go crazy. Oops, not that crazy. Let's go crazy like this. A bit of it's happening from here, and this is going to be a bit tricky, but I kind of enjoy it. Then, whatever program you're using, most probably it would have something like a canvas size. I would say that because we need to have a 3x3 and we have the middle one, each is 32, so 32 multiplied by 3 is 96. And then another 96 here. Then we have everything that we need. We say yes. Here again, let me just put my pixel grid size. And then we start building it from the top. Again, let's get the same colors. But now we need to be careful that we kind of try to mimic that everything goes in a smooth fashion. Something like this. Let's do a big one here, another one here. Something like this, this. And I have something like this. Then we take this, we start. Oops, that was a bit too. Yeah, let's not go that, no, not that crazy here. We can start by doing this, because we don't know where this is gonna end. I think maybe this one is a bit too big. And then we can go crazy and fill it up here. Same for this one. Of course, let's just make it so it looks nice, something like this, And again, we start by doing the same thing that we did last one. So grab this and we start fun little things. And don't worry how it looks. It's gonna look good. It's not like it's not rocket science, pixel art. Just have to feel it in your heart. More than anything, I've always said, if you like your work, then others are gonna like it as well. And I know that sometimes in pixel art, you might be going with something like, oh, okay, maybe this one here, I don't like it. Maybe I'm gonna put one. Okay, I don't like it again, put another one. Okay, I don't like it. Then you're just gonna start doing this. This is absolutely normal. The one thing is, at some point you just have to say to yourself, okay, this is good enough. I think that this should be good. I should not worry about it too much. Life is too short to worry about my pixel art too much. Let's put something here. And again, there, here. Let's make it here and here and here. And then, of course, just to be absolutely sure, we can, of course, put the same here, just in case. Get some in between the two, like this. I think we're getting somewhere. We're having... So, and you can kind of see that it starts to shape up. It's slowly but surely coming together. And of course, you need to do the same for this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And let's say that we've done that. We're happy. We've created, let's see, oops, not this one. We've created this. Let's open it here. And everything looks fine. We're very much happy. We enjoy life. And then let's show how we can, or maybe I think we can just do it simpler with just grabbing one of these. So then what I normally do is that I look at the tile set that we had. You can have it on another screen, and then you start by taking all of these, you choose randomly, and start building them up. So let's say that this one we want to indicate that a player can walk over it. But let's say that we want to make it so it's more metallic, like it's an industrial complex. So then one easy trick is to just, of course, you have to save that beforehand so you don't destroy it, because you might need to reuse it later. Start with this, and then you again, as we talked before, you start to build it off in something that would make sense in the context of the world. Let's say that we want some, in the beginning, some nice, even, something like this. This is kind of still boring, I would say, but let's say that we have some concrete and not metal. I think concrete would be a bit easier for, so we don't take up too much time. Then we have some destroyed stuff like this, the same as some of the games that we saw. Something like this. Right. Slowly, you might want to show that this has came in, some cracks inside of the whole thing. Maybe the cement has gone into the ground, or some flecks of this are falling. I think something like this would be quite nice. And then of course, just to hammer in the possibility that these parts here are the ones that you can walk on. We're just gonna show a user that yes, it's okay to walk on this, don't worry. Nobody's gonna be angry with you if you walk here. So something like this, and then you have your first one. Then maybe you want another tile, and that one is okay. Let's say that let's go back. We have still this tile, but then we want to say that this is a tile that you might cannot touch or cannot walk on one of the sides. So one thing that I like to do is then slowly start removing stuff. So let's say that this tile is going to be, and you can kind of see, so now it's still kind of boring. You need to figure out how would something like this start to crack, right? Maybe we have some pieces here that were just sitting around, starting to fall, something like this. Maybe do it something more, and then you can see here that we start to slowly communicate to the player. Maybe we can do a bit more. That no, you can't touch this. Most probably, it's either you're just gonna bounce off, or it might also hurt you. Don't do it. And this is maybe just on one side. So that was on the, but then maybe you want to do the same on the other side, right? Make the other tile. Just start by slowly incorporating it, something like this. Maybe this one has eroded a bit more, and this one is sitting like this. And still get something like this. Maybe we can go a bit crazier here. Let's see. Oh, but then do something like this. Nice. I think that looks quite good. So that intense. Then we can put some this, and then we already have something that resembles and says to the player, okay, this side you can jump on it, and this side you can jump on it. And then again, you can combine that with a point that you can walk on, right? Or you can even say like, oh, but you can ask, okay, but what if we want to have some water? Well, yes, we also can have that. That can be a little weird water tile. But maybe if you jump, it's gonna splash around. Just show that it's magically the water is being kept. But it's from time to time, it just goes down. Something like this. And maybe something like this here. And of course, later on, you can animate this and make it your own. Of course, with water, you always want to show that there are deeper parts because water is translucent. So if we just leave it like this, it just looks a bit boring and samey. But if we just make something like this, and then water is always a bit shiny at the top. Maybe we can just do something like this, and then where it falls down, something like this, and we can actually make it even funnier. I think we can say, okay, the water is actually dripping through the cracks of these things. That'd be interesting. Then we have a little bit of color here and there. Little oops. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. A little bit of color here. A little bit of color here. Say that looks really interesting. You can kind of start making, and I mean, I'm absolutely certain that you can figure out even crazier things. But you can kind of see that it looks nice. If we zoom it out, it looks like a nice tile. And then, if just to show what I mean, let me see if, okay, I currently actually forgotten to put these tile, but let's say that we have this tile here. And let me just copy this and make it a new one and put it here. And let's just turn the other one something like this, right? And then copy this and another one. And then let's, oops, no, this one. Let's return this one. And you can kind of see now if we, okay, let's decide that we are going to make just a visual representation of a level. Quite a big thing. Then let's just grab a couple of these guys here. And then we can actually start slowly building. So we can start copying and pasting and copying and pasting. Of course, in a game, you would be doing it most probably with code, but I just want to show you how easy it is to make something that starts to resemble stuff. We have, then let's say that after a while we have something here that we just put there like this. And maybe we'll have one that here it only has one side. And then this one go here. Just click. And then slowly, if you have more of these tiles, you can, let's just say that this one is full here. Just for the sake of argument, of course, you can just make it better so it doesn't look so boring at the edges. Something like this. And maybe we don't want this style, but we still want to have the little bit of something like this. Do it very fast, something like this. Right. So this tile here is a little water tile through and through. Then we can take this one and build ourselves a little water level. kind of see that now the only thing we need. Let's see if I can manage to get them here. Put some here. And now we start to have, and then we imagine that we have a little character here that can walk or swim, and then when he comes here, he would maybe jump. So slowly, it's very easy, and of course here I did not pay enough attention to make them not because I was only using one tile, but once you have 9 of these and you combine them into something bigger, as we saw in this one, you can kind of see that you already have all the different combinations, so the whole thing is not going to look that repetitive and monotonous. And we already did this one, maybe this one, and I think this one. No, this one. So with maybe a day or two of designing, you can make these kind of tile sets that you can, and then you can build a level straight away. Then give it to the level designer and he's going to be happy and everybody's going to be happy. Hope that you enjoyed this and see you in the next video.